Let's move to this now and staying on the roads. Transport officials in Limpopo are scrambling to clear backed up traffic at the Beitbridge border post where the queue has stretched for about 6 kilometers. Thousands of people hoping to make it home for Christmas have been stuck there for hours now. Nqobile Madlala is monitoring movements there and joins us now with a live update. Nqobile, those hoping to make it home for Christmas are quite frustrated right now. Give us a sense of the situation there now.
Well, definitely the frustration is definitely there, and we're having spoken to them earlier on. They were very clear that this is basically delaying the work that they had built up to, because a lot of people have saved up to ensure that they are home on time. But they're not just the only ones that are being affected at this point. It seems like business is also being affected. As you can see, many trucks stretching as wide as over 6 kilometers into the operation right in the beginning there at the top, just stretching very long, and these trucks have been standing still basically the whole day. People here have been delayed basically for the whole day, meaning that they can't be able to be at the point, to be at the border, and to be able to clear the trucks at this very point. And some of them have been telling us that they've had to walk to the border to try and get themselves cleared. And of course, those drivers are standing here with me. I'm going to start speaking to them about how this has affected them. And I mean, Baba, you already explained to me that you have been here for the whole day and this has delayed your work. How have you been affected?
Well, there are quite some challenges to start with. Standing here or spending the whole day in the scorching sun where there is no water or access to water, that's one challenge. The other thing, it delays us to reach the border where we need to park on there, start seeing our agents so that we can clear our tracks. That is another challenge. Yes.
And of course, you're on your way to Zambia, if I'm correct. How long are you supposed to travel in between? And how has this then changed your travel?
The normal stipulated time, it should be between 4 to 5 days to reach Zambia. But in this case, maybe 2 or 3 days will be added on top, which is unnecessary, you know.
Yeah. And of course, that affects your income as well.
Exactly. Because at the border there, it's blocked, as you can see. You saw it for yourself. Yeah. There's no way we can access the border. Yeah.
And we've heard that there's also a safety issue in terms of people being stuck here for quite some time. Is that a concern for you at all?
A big one, because here where we are, it's not safe. A lot of our friends, they've been attacked. Because, you know, these sources, they just come and think we've got money in our trucks. You know, that's their view, which is not the case. Yeah.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. And I'm going to come to you, and you on your way to Harare as well. How long have you been delayed for?
Now I think 5 hours now. Waiting for this queue to be cleared. And I parked my truck here, went to the border to get the papers because the agent it was going to close by 2 o'clock. So I walked to the border, I think for 5 kilometers to get the papers and come back to attend the truck. Now I'm still here waiting for the queue to move.
And how does that affect your work?
It affects me a lot. Because here is not safe to get water to drink, even food now. It's finished now. Because you have to get someone to go and buy food for you.
And I know that it's festive season, but does this usually happen quite often?
No. It's not usual to get this queue.
And do you think you'll make it home for Christmas?
No. Maybe by 27 I'll be at home.
And I mean, let's talk about Christmas. You also on your way to Harare. Are you concerned that you're going to be at home for Christmas at all?
No. I was expecting to be there for today, but I can't manage to be there for today because of this long queue.
Have you called home to maybe alert them that you're going to be taking longer?
But 2 days to come, I will be there. I think so. When you are going across the border.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, Nhlanhla, these are drivers of the freight industry, and this is, of course, affecting their work. As you can hear, they had budgeted for less days to be on the road, but because of the fact that there's so much traffic here at the border, they're already understanding that they're probably not going to make it home for Christmas, and that basically means that they also have to use more cash whilst they're here, and there are concerns as well on crime that takes place here. Like they're saying that some of them have been attacked with the idea that people think that they have money, meanwhile they don't have. So this, of course, affecting them on their safety as well as in the pockets just to be stuck here for so long.
Nqobile, before I let you go, we also heard about long delays at the Beitbridge border post. Have you been able to catch any wind around the situation there right now?
Well, we do know that at this very point, the major issue has been that the cars were not cleared on the other side, which is the Zimbabwe side. We understand that there's actually a bridge that one has to travel from South Africa into Zimbabwe, and that's not quite big. So issues like broken trucks have made more delays. So when people overload, and you'll understand that, like I said earlier on, that people buy quite a lot in South Africa, a lot of items to take home, especially in Zimbabwe. So then you'll have some of the trucks that will be overloaded, maybe not checked, and they break on the bridge. That causes delay. At the same time, you have some of the officials that side that had not cleared the vehicles. We were told by the border management that that's also caused more delay. We know that at this very point that they've decided to break down the traffic into 3 different chunks. They were attending to the first chunk, which was quite long itself. They are going to be attending to the second chunk to try and get as many vehicles as cleared as possible. But of course, the South African side cannot clear the vehicles until the other side, which is the Zimbabwe side, has cleared that side. But also we know that those vehicles break at the weighbridge, and this affects quite a lot of people, because then there's no movement in between. Hence why you find that a gentleman here is saying that he's had to walk to the border, making it easier for him to walk than to take the vehicle. But of course that also infringes on his safety, because we have heard that when you walk to the border, there's also a bit of crime that takes place as you go further down. People are taking chances, so when they see these targets. But we do understand that from the border management authority that they have divided these vehicles and divided them into certain groups so that they're able to clear, and that's what they're working on at the moment.